What's up, guys? I'm Tommy the Chef,
And I'm Sambo Savage.
and this is the first episode of Two
Two
Marks,
marks,
One
one
Mic.
mic.
Thank you guys for being here from the jump, our day one marks. This is first and foremost a wrestling podcast. We're going to be covering a ton of stuff. A lot of the indies, especially focus on Texas indies, ROH, MLPW, AEW. Um, we're gonna do weekly episodes recapping stuff from during the week. Um, yeah,
We're jumping into it right now. Currently, we're watching Global Wars. We're watching a replay of that from this past week, 2026, obviously. And we are also watching a replay of Dynamite currently,
Yep.
as well as MPX Wrestling.
we've got MPX Eve of Destruction streaming on right now on our phone. We've got that going live. We've got the MLPW ROH Global Wars going. The Athena match is going right now, and of course she's beating the shnikey out of Taylor.
So the MPX thing is important to us because we're gonna go to a live show next
Yes.
Saturday,
We,
the 11th.
We have scored front row tickets. If I heard right earlier on Eve of Destruction, every title that MPX has is going to be on the line at this show.
Every single title: Night of Champions, front row, main event, steel cage.
Yes, the main event is a steel cage match. It's going to be a blast. We've both been following MPX a little bit here
Yes.
recently. And it's going to be awesome to finally go to a live show and see what it's all about.
Yeah. So let's kind of unpack what happened first. Maybe this week we could talk a little bit about how about that Jericho return, I suppose.
I know. I thought it was a malfunction or something because the pyros went off early. It was kind of weird. It got awkward for a second, and then Judas hit, and everything went purple, and I popped.
Yes.
So hard.
I popped huge, turned the TV all the way up. I mean, it went purple like Prince 1999. I mean, it was in our face there and obvious that bam, Jericho is home. I got that feel right off the bat. I don't know.
Yeah, and I mean, I posted it on the page, on our Facebook page, that there's been rumors that they've agreed to a contract. I've also seen that it was just extra time added onto his original contract because he missed time for other obligations and everything. So we're not really sure which one it is yet.
Not yet.
But the
Speculations
truth
out
is the three words he said is "I am home," and he's not gonna get fed to someone to retire.
there. Exactly.
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah. You know, Athena's really dominating this match on Global Wars Canada.
She's the forever champion for a reason.
Yeah. I'm just thrilled this partnership between MLP and ROH. I mean, if we could talk about that for a second too, we could touch on that.
Yeah.
Scott D'Amore has a great appreciation for Tony Khan, as we all do, because, I mean, you as well as I, Tony Khan has changed the game and brought pro wrestling back.
He really did, and I think we kind of all knew from the beginning that it was going to be something. I don't know that people thought it was going to do this in the time frame that it has. Because that's one of the biggest things that I talk to people about is, AEW has done what it's done in 7 years.
Yeah.
And that's kind of insane.
It really is. I mean, any business model would tell you that that's unheard of, absurd for someone to have made the leaps and bounds they have, ticket sales wise, production wise,
Yep.
TV deal
Streaming,
wise,
yep.
streaming rights wise. I mean, they have moved the goal post over and over and over again, and AEW just keeps kicking it through.
The collaboration itself is such a cool thing to see. All the other promotions that they work with, just everything that they do and bringing people on. I mean, you had Gabe Kidd today declare war on NJPW.
Exactly.
Today or yesterday. It might have been yesterday.
You know, real wars, real invasions, real wrestling companies. You know, it's not just territories anymore.
Yeah.
You know, people are working together, something that was never done before because somebody wanted all the credit and all the glory, and you know,
Yep.
that's fine. But the landscape has changed a lot lately, and this is what we're working with.
And I think the constant growth is a testament to people wanting to see more diversity. Because AEW is not bringing people over and being like, no, you have to go through our program to learn how we do it here. They let people come and be themselves and who they've been. And if it doesn't work out after a while, they're gone.
Exactly.
But they give people a chance to come and do their thing.
Yeah, and you know, more times than not, it takes off.
Yeah, it works out. I've got to talk about this Kenny Omega and MJF contract signing.
Definitely.
As I truly thought it was going to be impossible for MJF to get under Kenny Omega's skin.
Yeah, and I
was
thought the
wrong.
same.
He almost struck him.
Yeah.
And I was not, but I was not sure. I know Kenny had a match right after the contract signing, but him coming out in his gear and stuff, I was like, man, he's gonna put MJF through the table. He restrained himself at the end of the day, and I was very surprised. But I think that's gonna be a good match. I think it's setting up for some fun stuff at is it All in London?
Oh yeah,
I think
definitely.
there's gonna be some cool stuff going on.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna get some major matches out of this beginning road to Dynasty, on to Double or Nothing, that'll carry us through all the way to All In, and is just gonna blow people out of the water this year. I
Jesus.
fully appreciate like what Tony Khan is gonna do, and I think it's gonna be phenomenal, and we just have to wait and see.
Athena is seriously dominating this match. It's crazy. She's burying this chick.
Yeah.
But yeah, speaking of Athena, she's the one that runs MPX. That is her company here in Texas in the DFW area. That's what we have on my phone here. And seems they have good production.
They really do.
It's nice. Not something you generally see from some of the indie promotions.
Yeah. It looks like we're in for a treat next Saturday, the 11th.
The other one that's really cool that I literally just got into within the last couple of weeks is Dragonslayer Wrestling.
Yeah.
They have some of the coolest trophies. They have the Dragonslayer Cup. And it looks like a old Renaissance goblet, but it's the size of a trophy. And from what I've seen from them, they're doing some really cool stuff there too. There's Reality of Wrestling that's here, Booker T's promotion.
Again, all Texas.
So we're gonna try to be heavily focusing on the Texas promotions and trying to attend and as many shows as we can and cover them live.
Right.
And bring y'all coverage directly from these shows here in Texas. And because this is where you're going to see a lot of the up and coming athletes. A lot of the guys who in 5, 10, 15 years you're going to be seeing on these bigger promotions.
Yeah. They're going to be streaming right into the living rooms, and they're going to be the hottest new thing, and you're going to know about it before anybody else.
That's
because
right.
we're bringing it to you directly.
Absolutely. And for any of you in the DFW area, there is also a Dragon Slayer show on April 16th. So look them up, give them a follow. They're doing cool stuff. And support local wrestling,
Yeah,
man.
definitely. I mean, look around your area. Odds are, if there's some sort of local scene for anything, music, there's going to be some local scene for wrestling
Yeah,
too.
absolutely.
Always take a deep dive into your local culture, your local town, support local, and, just take a look, because
It's
you'll never know what you're going to find.
it's how these things grow, and it's how some people feed their families, man. So definitely support local pro wrestling, indie wrestling, whatever you want to call
Yeah,
it.
I mean, definitely. These people are, feeding their families and providing, on a landscape that they never even had possible before because there was only one juggernaut in place that could, control everybody's paycheck. But now, everybody can make some money doing this and they can have a
Yep.
lot of fun and there's a lot more freedom in it and it's put a lot of heart
Oh,
and soul back into the business. Oof.
jeez.
Athena
She's gonna
is
tap.
really
She's
just
gonna,
on
yeah, she
the
tapped.
heavy attack. Oh, and
Just
there we
crazy.
go.
Athena's just
It is
so
over.
dominant and
It
aggressive.
is over. Athena retains
She doesn't let go.
via submission. Just not let go.
I mean, Athena did say there's one thing that Taylor has never done, and that's beat her, and that's still the case.
Hey, how about Aubrey Edwards? 3 contract Aubrey Edwards.
I
Ring of Honor,
know.
CMLL, AEW referee, a female referee.
She's a beast.
Yes.
She don't take no shit off of nobody either.
No. Chris Jericho, speaking of him, she refs all his matches,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I did not know that. Is that like a special request from him,
Yeah,
I'm guessing?
he will not have any matches unless she is the ref. At least thus far.
Did that start in the other promotion?
No, it started in AEW. Like Aubrey got her job here, and like as soon as Dynamite took off, Jericho was like, "Hey, I love the way she refs matches." He might have had a couple that were out of the box, but then he was like, "I want her refing every one of my matches. I
Very
trust
nice.
her. She's very professional." And look how far the girl's gotten. I mean, she's notoriously in a viral pic on WWE programming where she is in the audience during Daniel Bryan's retirement speech. And, to see her 8 years later, whatever, in 2019 at the inception of AEW in the beginning, just, great kind of like fairy tale thing for Bryan to show up in the company. And then, even have matches where Aubrey refed him as well
Yeah.
because he also cares very much and wants Aubrey to ref his matches as well. So, you know,
Yep.
kind of a full circle moment. It's fun.
And so I didn't see all the details about it. What is this TV deal that MLPW got? Is it a TV deal?
Yeah, I guess Scott D'Amore is talking about the streaming. I think maybe it might have something to do with partnership with the My AEW.
Okay.
I'm not
gotcha.
sure, but I don't quote me
Okay.
on that. But I
Right
do
on.
believe it might have something to do with that. So
Okay.
I'd be anxious to see. I mean, if that content could be viewed there, that could help internationally for sure.
Yeah.
You know.
I'd really love that for international fans who
Yeah.
don't have as much
Yeah.
access to it, I guess. This
Yeah.
kind of puts everything all in one place. And don't get me wrong, probably going to get it myself and just use a VPN.
Yeah.
Because it's a pretty cool deal.
Yeah. Yeah. And we gotta watch it all because
Absolutely.
you can't and we can, and we can't shut up about it.
That's right.
Not gonna shut up. We got. What do we think of Mike Bailey just kind of asserting himself at the top of, you know, discussing maybe being in, the title picture? I suppose. He's kind of inserting himself between Kenny and MJF.
I will say, I think Mike Bailey's mic skills have gotten a lot better as of late. And I just love the way he flies around and kicks the shit out of people.
Yeah, he's like Liu Kang.
Yeah.
I mean, if
He
I
just
want to
bah,
talk
bah,
about
bah.
something, you want to talk about nostalgia, you want to talk about Mortal Kombat, this
Yeah.
guy brings that feel.
Yeah. Well, and it's cool to see Taekwondo utilized like that.
Definitely.
Because I did Taekwondo as like a little kid. So I see some of the moves and I'm like, okay, he's doing this. but it's cool to see it utilized in this setting.
Exactly, because this flavor that we get with all these different walks of martial arts and training and MMA background and boxing and karate. I mean, there is an eclectic mix of different styles that are approached in AEW, NJPW, Ring of Honor that just go across the board. And that's, something you don't see anywhere else. Legitimate fighting
There it
styles.
is. There it is right there. MLPW Mayhem. It's a new
Mayhem.
TV
It's
series
a new TV series.
on Turner Sports Network, TSN.
Oh, okay, so it's on Turner Sports Network.
And
All
it's
right,
going to be back in Windsor, Ontario in June and August.
All right.
Cool. So they're doing a new TV show for MLPW. That's so awesome.
Yeah, that's
So, I mean,
great.
you have people like Josh Alexander in there who apparently, unfortunately, has to have knee surgery. So he's going to be
Yes.
out for a minute. But
Maybe we might
yeah.
want to touch on, we don't want to talk about it too much, but, speaking of knees, I mean, Kyle Fletcher looks like he took
man,
one hell of a bad bump.
I mean, seeing that, we were watching it and we paused it and rewound it because
Yeah.
you could just see his leg bend back. And, I mean, he left in a boot, according to media members that were there at the show.
Yeah.
I mean, and it looked gnarly.
Gnarly.
So, we're hoping for nothing serious. We're wondering if that's why there's maybe not a TNT title match
At Dynasty?
for Dynasty yet.
Yeah.
Is to see if he's cleared and to see how long he might be out. It would suck so much if the same thing but opposite happened to him as at All In Texas.
Exactly.
Where Adam Cole couldn't go. And it ended up having to be a 4-way match. And they ended up giving it to Dustin, probably because it was in Texas.
Yeah.
Just being honest.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's definitely where they went with that.
And then obviously they ended up giving it to Kyle a little while later, not too long after that.
Yeah, because they were hitting all of this off an audible call.
Yeah, it was just a quick audible, and they were like, well, let's get a big Texas crowd pop.
Yeah,
like, we're going to give it to Dustin.
Which
and
they
it did because
we were there live.
We were there live, and I know I was out of my chair when that happened.
Me too.
So,
And
that's what I feel like. That's what AEW does fairly well. Is they call audibles
Audible.
very well. They make a change if they have to. Man, this dude dancing. Who is this guy? He's got like the whole Michael Jackson moveset going on.
That's
right
that
now.
Swan guy, I think.
Is it?
No. Yes.
Yes, it is. It's
is.
Rick Swan.
He just cut off his gorgeous locks.
He cut off his hair and his facial hair. A little bit.
He's smooth, more aerodynamic, like Ricochet.
Aerodynamic. And there's Ricochet, bald as shit. It's crazy though, like the shit that Ricochet went off on Twitter.
Oh yeah,
dude, come on. We get it. You're a heel.
but
You could be a little more eloquent in that situation.
exactly. Just a few different placement of words and
Kind of get
situation.
a similar point across without sounding like a complete D-bag.
Yeah. So, I mean, poor judgment on your part, but kudos to you for recognizing and taking the tweet down on your own.
And
I will
apologizing.
acknowledge that. That was not prompted. You did it on your own, Ricochet, so big props for that.
Yeah. And the whole rivalry with him and Jungle Jack is fun. They both kind of fly around and do crazy shit, and they have fun with it.
And let's talk a little bit about that. Let's talk about a little bit of that high-flying, fast-break, quick lucha-style wrestling that we all love to get behind. I mean, come on, let's face it. Nacho Libre, Great movie. But it did convey a bit of the joy and fun
Lego my
that could come
bros.
out of Lucha Libre. But then if you go back through history, I mean, just looking at all this high flying things that have happened over the
Absolutely.
years, it's just absolutely ingrained in the culture of what AEW has portrayed over the
Yep.
last 6 years. I mean, it's just a high flying, fast paced, quick, gimmick driven thing with minimal soap opera and maximum action.
Yep. And I feel like AAA is doing a lot of fun stuff too. AAA, I love.
Yes.
They're doing some cool stuff. I hate that some of the people that they signed got relegated to AAA, but they
Yeah.
are making it a lot more fun, to
Right.
be fair. But them and CMLL are just so much fun.
Yeah.
And like you said, gimmick driven. They have like some of the craziest characters,
Yeah.
just wild stuff.
Yeah.
And
The mass culture, everything,
yeah,
it's very sacred,
yep,
very honorable. It puts a lot of interest, puts a lot of heart, puts a lot of soul back into the sport. Something that's been driven
definitely.
out of it for years. So it's good that helps put that back in. Ricochet was on Lucha Underground. He was Prince Puma.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, I've seen before I realized they were the same person. What I had seen a lot of Prince Puma stuff, and then once I realized they were the same guy, I was like, oh, that makes all the sense.
Yeah. Just
So, but no,
revolutionary, man.
he's great. He's a good heel. He's a damn good wrestler.
Yeah.
He sells better than 90% of the wrestlers that I've watched.
Yeah.
He's just good.
Yeah.
I respect the shit out of Ricochet. He does good stuff.
So do I. He did a double moonsault. Used to be perfect, and then I don't know that he could bust that out anymore. But I mean, that he's just
Yeah.
done just a taste of what game changers this guy has done over the years. I mean, something I haven't seen duplicated.
And I mean, he's got the Berserk curse mark tattooed on his arm. So how can you be mad at anybody with that?
Precisely. Good point. That's a very good point. Yeah.
One guy that I think we're gonna disagree on a little bit. I posted something about this on the page. We talked about it a little bit off mic. Darby Allin.
Darby Allin.
Man.
Let's unpack that situation.
Let's unpack that conversation a little bit.
Just a little. I want to love Darby, but
He's ever since the whole Everest thing, he's booked like he's invincible. And I get it, he does the crazy spots. He can flip a car and get out and finish the vignette or whatever. But he's still just a dude. And this whole him getting tossed around and destroyed like a rag doll for 18 and a half minutes just to turn it around in 20 seconds and do a coffin drop and win
yeah.
it's getting kind of ridiculous in my opinion.
And here's where I will agree with your opinion, Shep, because he does not need these W's right now. He's over.
He's so over.
Yeah.
Like, that's my thing is I love Darby Allin until this whole never losing a match thing.
Exactly.
Because I think he's lost. Has he lost a match this year? Maybe one?
Hey, I can't say truthfully on that, but it's been a minute, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just so crazy. And then now he's putting himself in the world title picture, which, cool. I think seeing some matches between him and Kenny would be crazy.
Yeah.
Because they're so vastly different style of wrestlers.
Yeah, but they need to pull back on this lore behind Darby that he's some unstoppable force, because otherwise they're going to drive it into the ground, the fans are going to blast back, we're not going to like it, eventually, as much as I love Darby, I'm not gonna feel like loving Darby anymore.
Right. And I'm
That's
already
just,
getting to that where
yeah,
I'm just like, I wanted Roosh to win the other day. I was like, Roosh should win this match.
yeah.
Like,
Hopefully,
Darby should take the L here.
yeah.
And he did. And I'm just like, man,
So
okay.
hopefully they can salvage that with this little Jack Perry, Brody King
Yeah.
team up.
I did
Dynamite.
like that they brought that out. It was kind of like a, well, we're good for now type thing.
Yeah.
And I loved the Jack Perry's, he set me on fire.
Yeah.
It's just like, dude,
He set me on fire.
I guess we'll be cool for
Yeah.
one night.
Right. Yeah.
But we'll see. I feel like Jungle Jack and Darby would be fun because
Yeah.
they both can take a beating and keep going. And that would be fun.
And this could be a strange character arc. Maybe they're trying to take Darby into that just a little bit deep and then pull back enough to where we don't like him anymore. And maybe he gets a heel turn out of something. Maybe he turns on them. Maybe he doesn't help them out and he looks selfish.
But then they do these vignettes where last thing, it's the song and it goes icon.
Exactly.
And they're clearly giving him, like, the Sting push.
Exactly. So where, I feel like there's some disconnect between what they're showing and what he's doing.
Yeah, definitely.
I guess is between the audience and everybody else.
And I don't know if this, like, he has so many angles going on at once because he's got the thing with the dogs,
Exactly.
the thing with Gabe Kidd.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on?
Yeah, and then what's the harm in them looking strong either way because they're fighting for AEW. That's the same thing you're fighting for, bro.
Yep.
You know?
And especially, like, with the dogs, they just brought David Finlay in.
Yeah.
So why not let him get pretty over for a little bit?
Exactly.
Or Gabe Kidd. I mean, he literally just... I mean, obviously, kayfabe, all that jazz. He literally just declared war on his old company.
Yeah.
So give him the push. Have Gabe Kidd beat him. They had some cool, fun matches. That last coffin match was a fun match.
Yeah.
And I just think they could give it a rest on Darby a little bit.
I do too. I think they need to pump the brakes, kind of pull back, let people want Darby.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Absolutely.
Hopefully they will.
We know this episode has kind of been a little more AEW Ring of Honor kind of centric and stuff. We're watching our next episode will have a lot of MPX news, probably a lot of Dragonslayer.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to start going to maybe some reality of wrestling shows.
Definitely.
Keep in mind these shows are all like 4 to 6 hour drives away from us, so bringing you that content, we're gonna do our best. At the very least, keep an eye on our Facebook page. We'll be sharing stuff regularly.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah. I agree. That's all I got,
So we'll keep keeping you posted and keep watching pro wrestling. And yeah.
I mean, yeah. Just give us a follow, give us a like, because we're covering everything you're going to want to watch, but you don't have time for. And it's going to be Texas-based. And if you love Texas, and if you love wrestling, and you want to hit the scene with the freshest, hottest new stuff, we are taking a look, and we are front row center next week, like I said. Steel Cage main event ready to run. I won't finish that. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun with the show. This is, just the beginning. We're gonna be bringing all kinds of stuff to you guys.
So, stay tuned.
Stay tuned. This has been the first episode of Two
Marks,
One
Mic.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.